What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on the Hellcat, and I just got some goodies for it. So I was waiting for some stuff. The hose that was supposed to come for the supercharger chiller is actually on back order, so I won't be seeing it for another few days. So it should be here on Friday, and you know, we're just waiting on parts. So I did get a battery tray. This should be the little intake that goes from the air box to the headlight. And then these are the sensors for the suspension, the front. I thought that these sensors were airbag sensors or crash sensors. And also, it's not programmed yet, but I did get the new red key and the key blanks. So when I take this to get the AC charge and alignment done, we will have a red key, and this thing will actually be at 700 horsepower. The new battery tray is now installed. I set the battery back in there, but I forgot one bolt at the junkyard and the little bracket that holds it on the bottom. This little strap that goes around it, I don't know why they put that on there, because when my battery tray was broke, it was pretty much undone. So this is pretty much ready to go, other than that one bolt and me actually securing it with that strap. So now we're gonna work on getting these active suspension sensors back in there. They just go on each side of the frame rail, right by the shock on the other side of this tire. So you can't really see it, but there is a little spot for them, one on each side. Not exactly sure what it does. It must be something to do with height or maybe G-forces, but let's get those installed, and that should take care of our our warning light on the dash that says active suspension fault. So this is the duct that goes between the headlight right there and the air box. So I had to order, I'm not exactly sure if they're different, but I made sure to order the one for the red eye / demon intake, since that's what I'm utilizing. And let's get this in here. I'm most likely gonna just have to pull this loose with that 1 8mm bolt right there, slide that in there, and then it should be good to go. It's not gonna make that big of a difference with this in the headlight, but since it's supposed to go there, I ordered it anyway. All the parts that I got in the box over there are now on the Hellcat, and I didn't think that there was such a big gap in between the headlight and this little duct right here, but yeah, I mean, it's not that tight of a seal. I could put some rubber in there, but it really doesn't matter. This plus all the air the hood is gonna be forcing into it, it's gonna be a lot of air. So it really isn't gonna make any sense to worry about sealing that up airtight. The sensors are now on by the shocks for the suspension, and the battery tray's in there. I'm going to Sherwin Williams because I need them to fix the match on the paint. It was supposed to be matched before, but obviously it is a little bit darker. So I have a flare, I have it polished, and we're almost there. So let's see what they say. Over at Sherwin Williams, so now what I need to do is take them this flare and the gallon. You can see what they did last time. Where's it at? It's somewhere on here. They just dabbed a bunch of, you can't really see it in here, but they just pretty much dabbed a bunch of different colors on here. And I feel like that one right there was closer than the one they gave me, which one is the one right there, but you can't really tell metallic unless you spray it out. So we're gonna, I guess, take this in there, see what they say, and hopefully I can get my gallon or half gallon of Hellcat paint resolved. I have to leave Sherwin Williams. What we have going on here, the paint doesn't match. So what we did was we tried a different color or a different variation of the paint code, and it still had a weird, so there's a few things that you have to think of. The paint actually looked fine from head on, but then as it curves, it has a flop because it's metallic. You can't really see it because there's no sun right now. It's kind of overcast, but it didn't match. So what we ended up doing, they were very helpful over here at Sherwin Williams. We pretty much took the old flare and we sprayed on the flare, did a tape line, and we tried this variant. It still had this weird flop to it. It was really close, but it wasn't perfect. So then we added a little bit of black, and adding a little bit of black, here's the sun. So you can just see how it looks right there. But we added a little bit of black to it, which did the exact opposite. Instead of making the color darker, which we're looking for, it made it lighter, which for me makes no sense. So the color didn't match. They have the flare. They're going to use one of their cameras to see if they could find the color. Then they're going to do a spray out and see if they could make a really good match. So to me, I don't think it's a tri-coat. There is a tri-coat variant, but I don't think it is a tri-coat. So we're going to see what happens with these, and I'm really happy that they're so helpful over here, actually get me the right color for the car. Since I was in Colorado Springs, I decided to stop by the Dodge dealership, and I'm going to schedule everything for the Hellcat for at least Tuesday. We'll see what their schedule is, but I have everything I need. The hose will be here Monday, and I guess we'll see what they say. So schedule an appointment. They can't get it in until next Saturday, so that is a whole week away. And once they get it in though, I'll be able to drive it. So hopefully nothing else, happens to this project, and the paint should be made by tomorrow. And I think we're getting there. Just got the hose, and it came a few days early. So what I think they're actually trying to do is they're saying that it's gonna take longer to get than it should, and then you get it early, so you're happy. So I'm actually pretty pumped that this came today. It's Friday instead of Monday, but went to the junkyard, grabbed the coolant. So let's throw the hose on and get this supercharger chiller filled up with coolant, and then we'll be ready to go. The new hose is now on and secure. I pulled the yellow tabs off of the clips. With the sheathing off of the old hose, it is so visible that there is a hole in it. I should have known, but I was hoping I could reuse at least one part from the front of the car. So now all the hoses are 100% brand new. All the clips are on. Let's fill her up with coolant, the intercooler chiller with coolant, and start it up, bleed the coolant. Added some coolant in there. I need to plug the pump in on the other side. I also need to unscrew the bleed screw back here. So the bleed screw for the supercharger cooler is right there. That's the highest point, so I'm gonna undo that. It's a 2-part screw. So let's undo that and get the coolant all nice and bled, and the check engine light should go off after this. So you can see coolant coming out of the bleed screw. Now I just need to tighten it, wait. Actually, I need to wait for a little bit more air to come out, but I think it should be good to go. See, there's a little air pocket. So what I did was I topped off the engine coolant reservoir. It was just a tad low, and I put a little bit more in the chiller cooler, plugged the pump in. You can see that the coolant that kind of got the headers wet is burning off, and man, does that stuff, the new stuff kind of stinks. But I'll let it idle for a little bit, and it should be good to go. I think it should be 100% ready to go to the dealership. Doesn't look like we have, oh, never mind. Oh no, that's coolant, I think. Let me check. That's something. That's a big puddle. It was just coolant underneath the car. Scared me, I thought it was tranny fluid, but let me top this reservoir off one more time. Everything is good to go. All the coolant reservoirs are filled. I got it up to temperature just to make sure that the fan was gonna kick on, and it is on right now. So we are 100% ready to go to the dealership so they can program the red key, fill the AC, do all that stuff. I did the tranny, but I'm gonna have them also check it just to make sure, because once I get this thing back from the dealership, I wanna kinda have some fun with it, even though I won't have the front fenders or the hood on or the front bumper, but I wanna have some fun with it. So that's gonna be the end of this video. If you like these videos, make sure to click the subscribe button, throw a comment below, give this video a thumbs up, and as always, see you guys tomorrow.